Hey there! In this tutorial, we will show you how to set up Blockonomics in Node.js to accept USDT and Bitcoin non-custodially. Blockonomics lets users pay you directly. Your app tracks, never touches crypto. You'll need a Blockonomics account for payments, Node.js to run your app, a code editor to build it, and ngrok to test it locally. Let's start by setting up our Node.js project. I'll create a folder on my desktop for this. Head over to blockonomics.co and sign up with your email and password, or just use your Google account to make it quicker. Once you're in, look at the left sidebar and click on Wallets. Then hit Add a Wallet. Start by choosing BTC and adding your Bitcoin wallet. If you need help, there are easy video tutorials to guide you. After that, add your USDT wallet. When you're done, click Create Wallet and you're all set. Let's create your store. Start by clicking Stores in the left sidebar. This is where you'll access your API key and set up a store for your project. Hit Add a Store, give it a name, and leave the callback URL field empty for now. We'll come back to it later. Next, add the destination wallets you've already set up, then click Create Store to finish. Alright, let's go ahead and open the project folder in VS Code on your local machine. All the code's already in the Github repo, links down in the description. Now pop open your terminal and run npm install. That'll pull in all the packages you need to get this thing running. Once that's done, you're good to go. Time to set up your .env file. This file holds your environment variables. Basically sensitive settings like your Blockonomics API key and callback URL. It keeps your private info out of the main codebase, which is super important for security. The sample.env code is already in the Github repo. Links in the description. Just drop your Blockonomics API key in. You'll find it under the Stores tab. You can also set up the secret. It gets passed along with the callback URL. We'll come back to that URL once we expose your local server to the public using ngrok. Let's set up the backend in index.js. It'll handle Bitcoin and USDT checkout, fetch live prices, and track payments. Just copy the code from the Github repo, links in the description. Let's take a quick look at the Blockonomics API documentation. Start with the Setting Up Your Account page. That's where you'll learn about steps to get started. Now, jump over to the Receiving Payments section. It walks you through the full payment flow for both BTC and USDT, starting from account setup, wallet creation, and store setup, which we've already covered. Then you'll see the three key stages: checkout, monitor, and callback. For BTC, you generate a unique address, fetch the price, monitor with WebSockets, and get a callback when confirmed. For USDT, you use an ERC20 address, show the Web3 component, monitor with the TX hash, and get a callback once confirmed. And here's the best part. There's an API playground built right into the docs. You can test endpoints, tweak parameters, and see live responses, no postman needed. Each endpoint includes sample code you can copy and customize. Create a new file called index.js, then copy and paste the backend code from the Github repo. Your server will run locally on port 3000. Let's build your crypto checkout page. Copy the code from the Github repo into your index.html file. It's already set up for both BTC and USDT payments. Now create your USDT confirmation page. Paste the confirmation code into confirmation.html. This page shows the transaction hash and updates the payment status in real time. Let's expose your local server using ngrok. Alright, to expose your local server, first let's save your project folder and close the terminal you've been working in. Now open a fresh terminal and start your server by running node index.js. Boom, your server's live on localhost. Next, open another terminal and run ngrok on port 3000. Once ngrok is up, you'll see a forwarding URL pop up on screen. You can also check your public URL by opening the dashboard link shown in the terminal. It'll look something like what you see on screen. Copy that public URL and paste it into your .env file as your callback URL. When pasting the URL, make sure to include the entire path. Don't remove any suffixes or segments. Now, take that full callback URL and drop it into your Blockonomics store settings. Then update the store. Let's test things out using the Blockonomics API Playground. First, head back to the Blockonomics API Playground. This tool lets you plug in essential variables and see real-time responses. No need for Postman or any external tools. For example, here I'm testing the new _address endpoint. You can also check the current coin prices fetched by the API. Pretty cool, right? The Blockonomics API documentation and playground include all the key code snippets, from callback URL setup to webhook details, and more. Now let's switch over to the public URL where our app is running. Just a quick reminder, in the code, I've marked all transactions as test transactions. So if you're planning to go live, make sure to update the code for mainnet. All right, let's start with a Bitcoin checkout. I see the address and amount displayed. Perfect. I'm going to use the Blockonomics log test bench to simulate a payment. I'll choose my store, paste the address and amount, mark the payment status as confirmed, and send the test payment. There we go. It went through. And yep, I can see the confirmation right on the page. Let's switch our Web3 wallet to the Sepolia network. I'm doing that on MetaMask. Let's add Sepolia tokens to our wallet from the Google Cloud Sepolia faucet. These tokens will be used for the gas fee to mint test USDT tokens from the OKX Sepolia faucet, just like I'm doing here. Now let's do a test transaction with USDT. I choose the USDT payment method. The screen gives me two steps. First, connect your wallet, then make the payment. There you go. The transaction's complete. You'll find all your received payments in the Payments tab on the Blockonomics dashboard. Let us know what you think in the comments. And thanks so much for following along.